Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for round 3 of the IMB Raceway GT3 Championship, and we are at the infamous, I was going to say infamous, but it's Mount Panorama Bathurst here. Very, very difficult track, and especially into that mountain section, we've got the walls so close to each other. And we obviously see the V8 Supercars, one of the most known series here in Australia. Before we go any further, I am joined by Cody once again. Good to have you back with us today.
Yes, thanks for having me again, and I'm looking forward to this race on the mountain.
Yeah, it should be a good race. Hopefully a good race. Got marshals waving green flags there. We did have a yellow flag out somewhere on track. Someone returning to the pits probably. Oh, Jenkins I believe is stopped on the track somewhere. Oh, he's going quite slow there. Just giving himself the space to the he's got his indicators on the BMW. I believe the BMW was of Shen in that bright yellow BMW there. Currently sitting in P20 though on a 2-minute 8.2, but I don't think it was a valid lap. And I believe if you do hit the walls a bit too hard, it does invalidate your lap, if I'm not mistaken. So Vezdetsky 4/10 up at the moment. Adam on provisional pole, a 2-minute 0.7. But Vezdetsky can take provisional pole here. His predicted would probably be around a 2-minute 0.5 or 2-minute 0.4. That's going to be quite a quick lap here at Bathurst. I know the fastest I think I've seen on 1.9 is a 159, a mid to low 159. But I think after the patch, it's about probably a mid 159. I think, but Vezdetsky's going to cross the line here to take provisional pole, 2-minute 0.5. But Adam, oh, he was a few tenths up. Look how close they are. They're actually both following each other around. Vezdetsky's just in front, Adam's just behind. And it's just 100th separating the top two here. These two last time out were quite close as well at Donington. They're close at Spa too. And it's going to be quite a close championship between these two. We thought Adam would take it, or take an easy win in this championship after round 1 at Kota, where he had a dominant performance. But with the mistake he made last time at Donington, where he accidentally put on the dry tyres in the pit stops, that dropped him down the order, although he did make an awesome recovery drive. Vezdetsky is his main competitor in this championship.
Yeah, but look at how many Ferraris we again have today. In the top 6 there are 5 Ferraris and only 1 Porsche. So yeah. Adam is running the flag for everyone here.
Yeah, the Ferrari's always been quick here. Even the 488 Ferrari's been a pretty quick car at Bathurst. And well, the new, it's a predecessor, or not even that. It's I don't know what the word is, but a new version. The 296 is also just as quick. We've got Vezdetsky, I think, in some traffic. He's a 10th up. Got a slipstream from the Audi ahead, actually. What Audi is that? I think that's Mitchell in P13 now, actually, is Mitchell. He is currently on a lap, though, so Vezdetsky is going to have to back out off of this lap here, is Vezdetsky. He is up on his time, but I think, yep, there's nothing he can do. Mitchell is, looks like he's going to go into the pits. Yep, Mitchell is going to continue on his lap, 2/10 up as he rounds the final corner. He could have used a bit more curb on the exit, but he crosses the line with an improvement. Still P14 there for Mitchell. 3.5 seconds off the pace compared to the top 2. It looks like Adam did improve that last time out.
And it's only marginally.
Yeah, back on provisional pole is Adam, and they'll be both going back out onto the track. Now Ulrich, I believe, took the race win last time out at Donington due to a bit of a collision with Vezdetsky. And I can't remember who the collision was with, but I think it may have been Martin. No, I'm not too sure. And actually, speaking of Martin and Malili, both matching lap times here. They have both done exactly the same lap times, a 2-minute 1.972. On a track as big as this, to get matching lap times is not easy. It's quite lucky there that we've got to witness that. But yeah, Ulrich took the win last time out at Donington Park, and it was sort of gifted to him with the top two crashing on the last lap into the penultimate corner, and Ulrich was only about a second back. As all, he goes deep on the brakes there. He's only about a second back, and he took the race win. But we've got some comments coming in. We've got Deedee, good to see you. Steph Jake, once again, good to see you. Lord Perth is around. Contentnow saying crazy mad track. Yeah, it is an absolute crazy track here. And it looks like Hammerbow P3 there has put it within a second of that provisional pole time. So Hammerbow and the Ferrari, another one to another force to be reckoned with here for this race. You can see one of the Aston Martins, I believe that's Van Horn in the background, getting the rear out into turn one. But yeah, Hammerbow are up there for this race, or this qualifying session even.
Yeah, he showed some really good pace, as you said just now. With taking the win, you still need to be there, even if the top driver of the top two make a mistake, and he was there. So he has some pace. He's now only 1.3 seconds off. But there's still a lot of time still to go for some laps.
Yeah, still, I mean, it's about a 2-minute lap here. Some drivers are going to be lapping slower than that, so they might struggle to fit in a couple more laps into this quali session. It might just be their last lap for them. But Vezdetsky, a 10th up. He's only in the first sector now, entering the second sector as we speak. And he could be on prediction to take provisional pole. In fact, Hammerbow 5 tenths up. If he can find a couple more tenths in this last sector, he'll be a great chance of taking pole off of Adam and Vezdetsky. Hammerbow really enjoying this track so far by the looks of things, and coming up towards this heavy braking zone after the chase. Looks like he's lost a tenth though on the brakes, but up towards the final corner, can he find any more time? I think Adam and Vezdetsky are going to be keeping an eye on Hammerbow here, because he's definitely got some pace here, mounting that inside curb, using a bit on the exit, bit of the grass as well, and it's a 4/10 improvement, but or 3/10 improvement actually as he crossed the line. So he did make a bit of a mistake in the final couple of corners. There's definitely more time here in it for Hammerbow. Adam is a 10th up. Looks like he may have lost it on the exit though. So still on provisional pole. Vezdetsky wasn't able to improve, or isn't able to improve so far. He's got a couple more corners to go for this lap, but he is 2 tenths down, so it's highly unlikely. 3 tenths down, 4 tenths down. Yeah, he's just backing off of this lap. He's going to return to the pits. No, he's just setting himself up, getting mentally prepared for the next lap here. There we go. Let's
mentally,
go.
you need to be prepared, because if the mountain will catch you, it will hurt.
Yeah, definitely. You've got the walls so close, and there's no room for error. I mean, there's not much runoff here, even into the exit of turn one. You've got that slight bit of curb and AstroTurf on the exit, but that's it. That's it, really. The rest is pretty much just walls and grass everywhere. So you have to be on it here at Bathurst. And I mean, it is such a crazy track here. But look how close to the walls Vezdetsky is getting here. And you have to be really close to the walls to maximise the entry and exit speeds. And here you'll see Vezdetsky get as close to the left as possible to open up this right-hander, which is pretty much flat. If you've got those set up right, if you can take the correct line, you see that opening up this fast left-hander. Once again, oh, hitting the wall there is Vezdetsky. I think he tried to take it flat, and did need a bit of a lift, but he's still on a valid lap, so it hasn't invalidated him. They're going through Skyline here, down towards, I believe it's the Dipper. Then we go down towards Forest Elbow, and all oversteer there for Vezdetsky. He was actually up on his time, but he's now 3 tenths down after that slight slide on the exit. Oh my god, we've got a car upside down ahead. What on earth has happened there? Did you see that?
What?
That was
what was that?
That was Shen upside down. I don't think I've ever seen that there through Forest onto the Conrad straight. I have no idea how he lost the car there.
have to look.
That was pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But Wiezdecki round in the final corner. That is a lap with Wiezdecki here at Bathurst. No improvement that time around. 3/10 off of his best lap here. Adam is going to cross the line with another 2/10 of an improvement. So a 2:03.00 exactly on that mark there. And he's just found that the extra couple of tenths he needed to give himself a bit more confidence of keeping here in this quali session. Martin 3/10 up on this lap, and he's only exited turn 1. This is going to be a good lap here for Martin if he can hook this up together. There must be plenty of more time here to find for Adam if he's already found that time into turn 1. There's so many more corners to go here at Bathurst. Let's see what he can do. But I mean, that's the thing with this track. It's so long. You have to be on the limit. You have to be full concentration throughout the whole lap. So hooking up each sector together is not easy by any means. And in fact, we can see sector times here for each driver. So Martin there is sector 1 is 38.5. Let's actually compare it to our pole sitter, Adam. So Adam 38.2. So there's 3/10 there to find in sector 1 for Martin, and I think he has found that as we saw into turn 1. Sector 2, Adam's got the I believe fastest sector 2. 5 whole tenths there for Martin to find in sector 2, and sector 3 actually looks like Martin's the quickest. Purple sector 3 there for Martin. 26.8.
Yeah, now comes the part where you need as much top speed as you can get and as good as an exit as you can get, because you can, if you have a bad exit, you will lose so much time going into the final couple of corners with this tricky braking zone, where you can lose the car quite easy because you're stamping on the brakes. And this one looks very tidy, coming up to the, I believe it's the penultimate corner, or no, it's the last corner.
Yeah, last corner, yeah. And Martin 6/10 up, and this is going to be a bit annoying because it will bring this up, but I don't think he improved. Oh no, he did.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. That's odd. He didn't improve there. Let's just get rid of this just for a moment. Apologies, but yeah, no, it doesn't look like he improved. I think he may have invalidated in that last corner. But there we have it. Tarek Adam P1, Wiezdecki P2, and Hammerboat P3. We'll be back in just a moment for the start of this 1 hour race here at Mount Panorama. here we go. We're back live here on the formation lap for the race. And as we saw, Adam taking provisional. Well, Adam taking pole. I keep saying provisional, but it's not provisional anymore. Adam taking pole, Vzdetsky P2 and Hammerbo P3. Let's get our grid walk that we usually do here for this race, or for the start of this race at least. Adam from Genesis Esports, of course. Vzdetsky, Ukrainian driver here competing with us, and not sure what's going on there between those two, but we've got to keep it PG, guys. Hammerbo P3, Martin P4, Ulrich P5, Melini P6 in that beautiful livery as well. DeMarchi in the McLaren P7, and the McLaren not as quick as it used to be, of course, compared to 1.8, but still in the hands of the right drivers can still be somewhat competitive. Matheson P8, Novak P9 there. Novak from Astra Racing Team. Turminen P10, Barth P11, Kutscher P12, Jenkins P13. Funky livery there from Jenkins. Ramshield P14. Now we saw Ramshield, Jenkins and a few others as well in a huge battle last time out at Donington Park. Visala is also another one in that massive battle, so hopefully we'll have pretty much the same thing here at Donington Park. Visala P16, Blanchett P17, Van Hoorn P18, Mitchell P19, Hackinson P20, yeah, Bad Boy P21, Shen P22, who we saw, actually Breen P22, but he's not pressed the drive button in time, so he'll be starting from the pits, and Shen will be P22 on track. Shen, we obviously saw completely roll the car on the
acrobatics.
Yeah. I mean, we don't get extra points, well, drivers don't get extra points for stunts, but if there were style points, I think all of them would have gone to Shen in that moment.
Yeah, I already have my sign next to me with the numbers on it, so if there will be any acrobatics, I will hold up my 10 sign.
Oh, Cody, yeah, Judge Cody is what we're going to call you now. Like Judge Judy, but Judge Cody instead. But yeah, we should be going double file very shortly as we're going through the chase now, and it is sunset, so sun's going to be in the driver's eyes here. I think, especially in this last sector, you can see this is where the sun is facing. I think going down that Conrod Straight as well, the sun's going to be directly in the driver's eyes. Especially if the sun starts to set here in the next hour. It's probably going to get worse as it does, so it's going to be quite hard to see in that final sector for the drivers. But going up the mountain, I don't think there should be any issue, apart from actually there might be a bit of an issue going through, going through Skyline. I'm not 100% sure, because I think it's in Sunrise that Skyline might be an issue, or is it Sunset? I don't know. We'll have to see now as the drivers. We might get an onboard later on in this race as well, just to see how bad the sun is in that part of the circuit. But here we've got Shadow, got a few, well, we've got the pit garages, but we are about to get going here for the start of this race, and we should be green now. There we go, Adam off to a good start on the inside here. Vzdetsky, well, not getting a good start off the line, had to well, stuck to his racing line, but Adam was able to freely choose any racing line he wanted to there, and looks like we've all made it through cleanly into turn one. I won't say any more about that because of commentator's curse, but Adam continues to lead the race here in P1. These two have already pulled a gap to Hammerbo here, and looking in the background, DeMarchi's off to a great start here, 2 positions since the start. He's up into P5 already. DeMarchi on a bit of a march, no pun intended, and Martin behind, dropping down into P6. Martin started P4, so he's had a horrible start here, but it's better to be safe than sorry. He's kept his nose clean, and that's the main thing going into turn one. Breen started in the pit lane, of course, didn't press the drive button in time, so he is well off the pack at the moment. But it's pretty much single file here through the mountain section. It looks like Kutscher, actually I did say single file, but Kutscher has got past Turman in here. What a move through the mountain section. You don't usually see that whatsoever, but it was nip and tuck between the two, extremely close. That could have ended in tears for the both of them. Barth on the back of these two as we speak. Ramshield, Magni, Jenkins all in this battle. Vasala as well, Blanchett, Van Hoorn. This is the battle we saw last week, last round at Donington. Well, the drivers were so close together, and oh no, Vasala being tagged by Blanchett there. I think that was a bit of a concertina we saw. I think Jenkins was just a bit too hard on the brakes going into Forrest's elbow, and it caused a bit of a domino effect.
Yeah, and this group, look at them how close they are, and Mitchell's trying to go around the outside here, but he's kind of boxed in.
Yeah, he's lifted massively, and oh my god, almost losing the car there. But yeah, Mitchell just biding his time here, being patient, doesn't want to get caught up in any mess early on in the race. Looking for him down the inside into the final corner. Not really any space there to go for a move, but he's got Shen behind him. He has to be careful. You can see in that left wing mirror, he can't be too aggressive with the car in front because he's got Shen right behind him.
Yeah, and Shen needs to look behind him because he got Bad Boy in the Porsche behind him, and that's stuck into the slipstream. And Mitchell making the move on Atkinson, but he had a better exit and he's passed him fair and square. And now going back up the mountain section again. I think it will be single file here. OSC, I think it's is it Van Hoorn?
Yeah, Van Hoorn leading this train now. Yep. He's got in front, and Vasala obviously carrying some damage now after that contact with Blanchett. But huge mistake there from Mitchell. Huge mistake, and who's that into the barrier as well? That was Atkinson. Yes, but look at the damage that Mitchell has got. Just made a mistake there going through the mountain section. I think he's gonna have to limp back to the pits now. Mitchell just suffering the track taking no prisoners at the moment. He was just pushing a bit too hard, I think, in that sector. Maybe a bit of lift off oversteer as well. But yeah, that's heavy damage for him. And we go back to the top two then. Adam and Vozdetsky still battling for position here. Still very, very close. And they've pulled a huge gap to Hammerbow already in the first couple of laps. Already 4 seconds, 5 seconds. I think that will come down slightly. I believe it was about 3.5 to 4 seconds. But yeah, they've pulled massively on Hammerbow already. However, in fairness to Hammerbow, he's got a big battle, a big group of cars behind him. Ulrich, Demachi, and Martin all behind him in his rearview mirror. And look at the next train we've got. It's Matheson in that bright pink Ferrari, leading another battle here as they enter turn one. Who's that going side by side? That's Malili and Kucha. Malili back ahead, ahead of Kucha now. Kucha we saw make the overtake on Tuominen, and Novak coming through here. Novak out of nowhere. I didn't even see his car. It appeared just in the blink of an eye there. And he's looking for a move around the outside here. I think Kucha trying to get that position back, but no, Novak back up into P9. He has to be careful though, because Kucha's got a good exit. Oh, bit of a wall up there for Novak. In fact, he's backed out of that, and Kucha's got past due to a mistake from Novak. So Novak under a bit of pressure. He's now carrying damage, and oh my god, Tuominen now clipping the wall as well. So Bathurst really taking a toll on some of these drivers here. The wall's being so close, as we mentioned before. You're just pushing a little bit too much. If you've not turned in early enough and you've turned in too late, I mean, you're going to be hitting that wall.
But I think these drivers will have a bit of damage, because I also saw Novak almost scraping the wall there, and Tuominen is in the Porsche sandwich, and the Porsche are even in from the same team. They're from Edweiser Racing, so it's a bit of a sandwich there. And Vuzetsky, it's a hard name to pronounce, but it's still on the back of Adam with only 6 tenths.
Yeah, it's not going to be
behind. It's 6.5.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy one for Adam this time. Whatsoever. Vzdetsky actually taking the fastest lap of the race as well, 2:08 that last time around. The best from Adam is a 2:09, so a 10th quicker than his personal best here in this race so far. Ramshield now pressuring Barth here, but both Adweiser drivers, like you said, doing well so far in this race. Barth in P12 and Novak in P10. Ramshield really putting on the pressure here to Barth. And who's that coming out of the pits? That is Mitchell, I believe. Yep, and Mitchell obviously a back marker now. Received all that damage from losing the car in the mountain section. But good to see he's continuing the race. He's going to have to move out the way here for these lead cars. And there we go, he does so. But Hackinson looks like he's going to have to wait. He's going to lose a lot of time here to Mitchell in the mountain section. Unless Mitchell can let him through here. Nope. But of course we have advised the back markers not to let the lead cars through in the mountain section. It's so dangerous going too wide through this narrow circuit, and well, it can lead to disaster. But look how close these two Porsches are as we speak. And Vazetsky's lost the car. What's happened to Vazetsky? He's lost it going through the dipper, and that's going to cause a bit of an accident here. Oh no, there's been traffic, and we've had, oh no, Vazetsky's moved as well. Sorry, no, Ulrich's moved as well, and that's caused a bit of a huge accident here. Ulrich facing the wrong way. He's going to have to wait for all the cars to go past before he can continue here. There's nowhere for him to go. There we go, uses the wall to turn around, but Vazetsky into the pits, losing the car, and well, Ulrich with some heavy damage. Vazetsky now in the pits. Who else was caught up in that? I believe it was it Martin and Demarchi as well? Yeah, Martin with a bit of damage. Demarchi looks like he got through that cleanly, surprisingly. But that's just the problem with this track, is if the driver loses it, there's nowhere to go. We've seen it in the V8 supercars. It's happened so many times where a driver loses it and blocks the track. But in real life, of course, you have different elements. You've got kangaroos running across the track. You've got trees falling as well, which can block the track and cause accidents. But that's a bit of a shame. Hammerbow was also involved in that, who collected some heavy damage. Oh my goodness, that's some heavy damage there. But it's just the nature of the track, really. There's not much you can do if you've lost the car going through that mountain section. But looking at Shen down in P17 now. Who's he on the back of? He's still ahead of your bad boy, and Hackinson behind him as well. Shen is doing a good job here. Thought he would be on his roof by now, but he's not. Yeah,
but unfortunate for, of course, all these drivers who were collected in that incident of Vazetsky, but yeah, nothing you can do when you're in the mountains. It's still so close. But Shen is hanging on to P16 now, with your bad boy and Hackinson behind him, going for a look. Not really a place here to overtake. Going a bit deep.
Yeah, it's really deep there. I think he almost scraped the wall on entry. Luckily, he's kept it facing in the right direction. Yeah, that dipper going down towards Forest Elbow as well. All that section's so narrow. One driver makes a mistake, that's pretty much over for the drivers following closely behind him. Mistake there from Shen, keeping it pointing in the right direction though. Your bad boy, I think, backed off there just in case Shen lost the car. But that was a heart in mouth moment for Shen. He could have been facing the wall in a split second, going down here into Forest Hill. But so easy to lock up as well going through there, and I think Shen just suffered that going downhill. It's very steep as well, a downhill braking section, so it's important to modulate the brakes going through there, and this is not looking good here for Shen. He's got two cars in the slipstream behind him. The BMW he knows isn't that quick on the straights either, and looks like that's Hankerson pulling to the inside. Oh my god! He flew over the inside curb there, and contact between the two. Looks like they kept it out of the barriers, but that was a huge hit there. Hankerson getting a bit of airtime. I don't think he meant that whatsoever, but that curb causing some problems for the two.
Yeah, and the Ferrari flying in the side of the Porsche. The Porsche was a complete passenger there. But what a save of this race to keep it out of the wall. But going back to P3, Demarchi is attacking Martin, and he's a defender of Masseyson. But of course, it's both a second in front and a second in the back. So in the mountains, we just can focus on that now. Not try to attack anyone. Just keep it close and go for it in the straights.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy place to get past in this mountain section, but we're going to get a replay up of what happened there to Wozdecki and the drivers following behind. I don't think there's really anywhere to go for any of the other drivers, but here we go. Getting the replay now, so going up towards Skyline now. This is where Wozdecki makes the mistake. I think he's got a bit of dirty air, and you can see there the bump. He actually clips the wall. No, he clips the wall, and his car all sorts of sideways. But here we go. He's pretty much blocking the track here. There's a bit of space on the left-hand side, but nowhere to go. There's still being green flags waved there from the marshals, so I think that's down to the marshals' fault as well. They're still waving green flags when there's a car stopped on the circuit facing the wrong way. So I'm not sure what the marshals were doing there. There's a car stopped right in front of them and still waving green flags. I think someone's going to get...
got the wrong flags out.
Yeah, someone's going to get fired from their job, I think, after that.
Yeah, maybe we got a colorblind marshal over here, but let's not hope so. With Demarchi still on the back of Martin, he's just in the slipstream to get 8/10 of a second, but not getting any closer to Martin at this moment. And
even with that damage, Martin still holding off Demarchi. Demarchi's got no damage on his car from what we can see, of course. You can see in the background, Mathewson, as a result, has moved up to P4 after starting the P8. So he's gained so many positions, but look who's pressuring him. Malili has been constantly gaining positions this race. He started in P6, he's gained one position, a bit of contact with the wall there. Not Jan, not Barth, his nickname the wall obviously, but Barth currently down in P9. And in fact, we've got a battle going on here for P7 as well. Novak, Tuominen, both battling for position. Novak, P7. This is going to be his best result yet. I believe the Advisor Racing team have done hundreds and thousands of laps here at Bathurst, so probably one of their most practiced tracks and most favourite tracks. So, well,
yeah,
you expect nothing less. Expect nothing less from them with that much practice, I think.
Yeah, and I remember a race of Jan season with us. With the old Porsche still, starting from the back and finishing still P8. Where he made up 11 positions or something like that. But
was that last season or was that a few seasons ago now?
No, it was last season.
I can't remember now because we had so many races last season. You've got so many races this season as well. Just been non-stop here. But yeah, God knows what race that was. I can't remember at all.
Yeah, but I really like the livery of the Advisor Racing team. The purple and orange that they always run, or blue and orange that they always run. Still very good, but Tuominen is still 7/10 behind Novak here. Trying to stay in the slipstream, but the Porsche, of course, is a bit quicker now in the straight line. Since you need 1.9 update. So good for the drivers here. Oh, and Novak hit the wall.
Yeah, huge oversteer there. Huge mistake from Novak. And he got a huge snap of oversteer. Pretty much going up the hill then into turn 3. And that was it for him. Nowhere to go, no runoff to save his car. Straight into the barriers here, and I think he might have to, well, he might be letting his teammate Barth through, but he's got to be careful. Behind him, we've got Ramshield, Magni, and Jenkins as well, all very close to each other. This is where we saw the previous accident with Wozdecki. This is where we don't want another accident here whatsoever, but this is now formed into a bit of a battle here. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Oh, thank God. But that's Magni losing the car there, locking up, the rear coming out, and that was game over for him. He's got to wait for all the cars to get past. Is it a 3-point turn here? No, he's through a good turning circle from that Ferrari actually. He's managed to get round. But,
Yeah, it's better than the Aston Martin that we saw at the Fuzetsky incident.
yeah, Ulrich, yeah. Ulrich, I believe, is retired from the race. I'm not surprised. Heavy damage from that incident as well.
And I think he wouldn't be happy with that retirement, but of course nothing Fuzetsky could do about it, and nothing he could do about it.
No, not really.
And Novak is now into the pits.
Novak's into the pits, yeah. He got that heavy damage and losing the car on his own. I think he possibly could have kept it out for one more lap, and Magni almost losing the car again through the final corner. But let's forget about Magni now. I think we're putting the curse on him a bit too much. Let's go back to this battle. Blanchette involved in this. Looks like that's Mitchell being blue flagged here, just moving out the way for the lead cars.
And Blanchette is trying to catch up to Van Hoorn to get 2 seconds now. And not really closing in really fast now, but I think he's happy with the buffer that he has with Mitchell behind him, because Vesala cannot get any closer now.
Yeah, that's true. Mitchell...
Oh, Vesala hit the wall also.
Yeah, Mitchell is, of course, the back marker in this battle. Blue flag's being waved, but nowhere to let. On the mountain, and Blanchette hitting the wall. They're just scraping it slightly. If that was in real life, that wing mirror would have been gone, and that would have been some aero damage as well. Mitchell choosing the perfect place to let Vesala through. We had a bit of a battle going on here. P4, P5, and P6. It's still going on, actually. And Matthewson's got some damage on that Ferrari of his. Malini's got past, and looks like that is Kutscher looking for a move as well. This is where we saw the previous accident between oh, your bad boy, and contact again between the two. Huge incident between the two. Into the gravel they go, and looks like neither driver left enough space for each other. That's Matthewson facing the wrong way. He's got going once again, but I think they'll continue, and they'll probably end up pitting very soon here. Kutscher into the pits after that incident.
Yeah, he straight went into the pits, and what's his name? Hackinson is also. Is it Hackinson?
No, it's Matheson.
Matheson.
Yeah, so the two.
He's also going into the pits.
Yeah, the two that came into contact, both going to the pits straight away there. I think they're making a mistake here. They only have a minute to go to one more lap in the mountain, although it's not easy carrying that damage. But I think if they could have taken it a bit easier through the mountain and gone and done one more lap, waited for the pit window to open, they wouldn't have had to serve another pit stop here. But let's see if they continue the race, repair their damage, and continue. That was a big collision between the two, and it is quite a difficult corner though, going through the chase, then down towards what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. It is just the chase, isn't it? Yeah, down towards the chase.
Yeah, I think
yeah, because you have the
Matheson is waiting.
What's that?
I think Matheson is waiting for the 40-minute mark because he's going really slow.
Oh yes, clever from Matheson there. Waited for the. Yeah, that was a good shout there actually from Matheson, but he's lost so much time anyways. As a result, oh look at that damage on the car. Maybe he wasn't confident enough to take that round the mountain for another time.
Yeah, and Bad Boy is on the back of Hackinson, and 1 second between those drivers. I think both drivers scraped the wall a couple of times because I see some scrapes here and there on the cars. But and it's looking very cleanly, but some not heavy damage, but some significant damage on the side of the Bad Boy. Of course, that's the side where he got rammed into when the other car smashed him in the side going on the curb.
Yeah, that's where he got the damage.
He will fix his damage also quite soon because it doesn't look healthy on my screen.
No, I definitely wouldn't. I mean, I definitely would fix the damage as soon as possible. Because he's losing time to Hackinson in front as well. The gap's now 1.3. to Hackinson. Let's see, jumping over that curb as well. Yeah, that was just a bit of an unfortunate incident between the two. Luckily, they stayed out of the wall, but no, your bad boy it's the staying out. Hackinson hitting now for his mandatory stop, and we've got a few comments coming in as well. Sam saying they should add kangaroos to the game, like XP coins. Maybe an Easter egg. Like if you manage to hit the kangaroo on the track, you get extra points. I don't know. No, we love the kangaroos.
Peter will be happy with that.
And actually, speaking of kangaroos, Cody, you've got a kangaroo, don't you?
Yeah, but not in this house.
I remember this last season. Oh, your kangaroo hasn't been transferred?
No, it's not going to be transferred, unfortunately.
Oh, is it your parents' kangaroo then?
Yeah, it's my parents' kangaroo.
We'll have to get a new one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new one. But one mentioned Barth is in P6 now.
Yes, he is. And Michael Rose is saying, has anyone mentioned Ferrari Cup yet? No, we mentioned it at the start of the season. But Ferrari was nerfed after everyone chose the Ferrari. So yeah, I don't think there'll be this many next season. But it has turned into a bit like the new BMW, I'd say. The M4 was the most picked car when that was out. But now it's pretty much the Ferrari. But hopefully that does change for next season. Maybe we'll get some BOP updates in the meantime between now and next season as well. But yeah, Barth, the unit, Michael says, he's running really well at the moment. Barth, where did he start? Obviously, he still has to pit, but Barth started P11. He's made up 5 positions so far. So he's had a great positive race. Yeah, he's had a great positive race. Looks like, is that Barth? No, that's Novak, isn't it? P18, yeah, that's Novak just behind Tuominen and Milili. And that Sun, yeah. Per-Olav was saying that Novak got caught out by that Sun. We'll actually get an onboard of one of the drivers going up towards the hill, just to see how bad the Sun is going into that left-hander, turn 3. But we will bring up driver of the day voting now, so be sure to get your votes in. Oops.
Yeah, Tuominen is still on the back of Milili there. But Milili is running some damage on the front of his car, and Tuominen is having scrapes on the side. So both of these cars are running a bit of damage.
Yeah.
And Novak is still behind them. He's closing in, but it's of course not fighting for position with these drivers.
Yeah, of course. Just goes to show Novak is well, he wasn't really batting with these two earlier on, but he's got the pace to stick with the top five drivers here. And if only he didn't lose the car on the first lap, well, not the first lap, sorry, in the first sector, I think he would have had a good chance of a great result here. But he pitted early for damage. Now he's going to have to make his second pit stop here. Let's go on board with actually, should we go on board with Novak so we can see the two ahead? That'd probably be a good idea, actually. Here we go. So on board with Novak, coming up towards turn 2 now. So going up towards the cutting, turn 3. This is where the Sun gets quite bad. Actually, it wasn't too bad.
Oh, the trees were still blocking it, so not really as bad as we expected.
No, it wasn't. And Novak losing a bit of time now to the two in front, but look at that, just completely flat through the left-hander in the Porsche. No issues whatsoever. And going down towards Skyline. Braking where you can sort of not brake for that initial part down towards Skyline, but it depends how confident you are. It depends on the setup of the car as well, because it can get a bit of oversteer there, going down the hill. just due to the elevation changes, the compression of the suspension, and various different things. But yeah, Novak is sort of keeping up with them. He's got some decent pace here, but sunset looks absolutely beautiful at Bathurst. I think one of the best times to race here. Once you're at the top of the mountain, you can see absolutely everything. The view is absolutely amazing as well, and always touch the inside curve. This curve is very, very deadly towards this final sector. And there we go, Tuominen into the pits. And there we go, it's the start-finish straight where you can sort of see the sun. Oh, that's quite bright actually. And I think, how's turn 1? Don't think oh yeah, it will be bad. Yep, turn 1 very, very bad there. But the rest of the circuit, not really a problem at the moment. Still got half an hour to go though, so that sun could definitely get lower and get worse.
Yeah, and as we just saw when we were driving with Novak on the mountain, I think we will have some people in the comments who will be looking around, not on the track, but looking to the scenery, like Per-Olav always does. So luckily for him, we're not racing there in the PS5, but Novak losing some time to the car who was in front, but Vasala is trying to catch up to Blanchet.
Yeah.
It's only one and a half seconds to gap. But the Porsches are actually doing really well here.
Yeah, Porsche's got a good bit of P here at Bathurst. The old one would have struggled on that straight, but would have been quick in the mountain section. But here, this new Porsche doesn't have that problem on the straight as much anymore. We've got Donatas in the comments saying Adam doing the Max Verstappen, just disappearing off into the distance. Adam did have some trouble earlier on. He had Vzdetsky behind him, but Vzdetsky lost it going through Skyline here. We had a replay of that earlier, and well, he got tagged as well by a few more drivers. Marshals are still waving green flags for some odd reason, and well, the drivers going down the mountain had no idea there was a car stopped in the circuit, and that was pretty much it. Pretty much game over. Ulrich saying his Bathurst luck never seems to end. It's a bit of a shame there for Ulrich. I think it was definitely the marshal's fault. There was no indication of a car stopped on the track until after you guys ended up hitting the car. Ended up hitting Vzdetsky, so bit of a shame. Matthewson, I believe, has retired the car. I think he's been sat in the pits for a while now, if I'm not mistaken. Vzdetsky obviously retired the car as well. This race, suffering some serious damage. To Blanchet into the pits now, Melini into the pits, Vasala staying out on track. Now he has a bit of damage too. We've seen him hit the wall slightly a couple of times, but he's continuing on. Barth now into provisional P3. Adam with the fastest lap of the race now as well, 2:06.45, which is he actually just did that last lap. Even though his tyres are worn, his fuel load's lighter, and he's still lapping that quick in the race. Adam on for a good lap. In fact, he's got a bit of a slipstream here this lap as well, but not up on his time. I think that's Demarchi just in front, who has already served his pit stop in P12 there. That curb is really causing some issues for some drivers here.
Yeah, this curb is really deadly, but it's only 9 minutes of the pit window still to go. A lot of drivers still need to pit, and I think it's Adam that's just pitted with Hackinson and needs to defend from Magni here. I believe we're going up on the straight now. This is the chase, is? Oh, look at this. Hard to guess when you're going backwards. For it.
That's the chase now. But yeah, Hackinson, is closing the gap. It's about a second. Looks to be slightly less here as we approach the final corner. And Lord Pearl saying, I do like looking at the scenery like I'm on a Sunday drive. Oh, that might be your mistake, Lee. That might be why you're crashing into the walls.
Yes, I think luckily for him, we're not racing here.
Yeah, not this season at least in console. It's okay to look around if you're in practice or something, but if you're in a race, you definitely don't want to be looking at that scenery. You'll be looking at the wrong thing, you'll miss your braking point, you end up facing the wall. It's not advised whatsoever, and Hackerson, look who he's got in front of him now. He has Shen in front of P11, who's had a great race so far after that mishap in qualifying, which I still can't get over. But he's having a good race so far. He's ahead of Hackinson and ahead of Magni, but Magni putting on the pressure now to Hackinson. Hackinson still hasn't repaired that damage in the pit stop, so he isn't going to. Well, that front end is quite damaged actually, so he's not going to get the maximum turn-in that he would be getting with the damage repaired.
Yeah, we got a new professional race leader with Barth in the lead now.
Yeah,
of course he still needs to make his pit stop, and Adam has made his pit stop, and he's right at the back of Barth.
Bit of a slide there from Adam as well. He's got to be careful here. You can see he's backed off a bit as well after that slide. He needs to be careful. The tyres are going to be a bit warm after that, especially the rears and the Porsche. Porsche usually has uneven tyre wear, and oh my god, that was so close between the two. We flipped over them just in time. I think Shen defending a bit too hard there. Hackinson almost, well, both of them almost ending up in the wall. That could have been race ending for the two. I'm not sure how they did that on the straight. It's pretty much keeping the wheel straight on the straight, surprisingly. And Hackinson into the final corner, fending off Magni here. Magni on the outside here. Hackinson on the brakes into the final corner. Novak coming through now. Novak still yet to pit though, right? Let's just double check. Yeah, Novak still has to pit. But
and he makes a double move.
He's trying to unlap himself here, which is perfectly allowed. And Novak, well, knows he's quicker than the two. He's going to get past, and he's going to try and pull away to try and gain as much time as he can. But it's once again Hackinson and Magni now side by side. They've lost heaps of time though to Shen in front. Shen is already a few seconds in front of these two, and oh my god, so close between two. It was contact. It was contact, surprisingly, and Hackinson was on the inside there. I think Magni just closed the door and, well, left Hackinson with nowhere to go. That was extremely close between the two, and you can see there Mitchell just behind, currently running in P18. After that incident, isn't really near anyone. But Martin now, Cameron Martin on the back of Malili. Malili on for a good result here. Adam P1, Malili P2, and Martin P3 so far. But the battle for P2 is still on here in this race, and looks like Novak has got past Shen as well. So Novak's going to be pulling away from Shen at this moment in time too. But it's the battle for P2 is what we'll be focusing on for now.
Look how close Martin is getting to Malili here. The gap is only 3 times going up the mountain. Again, with still 25 minutes to go, so a lot of time for these drivers to battle here.
Yes.
And both cars do different lines here.
Yeah, slightly different lines. I think maybe defending slightly. Maybe made a bit of a mistake there. But what I have noticed as well, Demarchi was pretty close to these two earlier on, wasn't he? Before the pit stops. He's now down in P7 behind Ramshield, and 2 seconds behind Ramshield.
Yeah, if I remember well, Barth was behind Ramshield as well before the pit stops, and he's now in front of Ramshield with a gap of 6.2 seconds.
Yeah, so Barth with the opposite strategy, staying. Oh, bit of a collision there.
The wall.
Yeah. But Barth, with the opposite strategy, staying out for as long as he could, has worked out for him in P5. Apparently, Novak now into the pits for his mandatory stop. Hammerbow into the pits. What's happened to Hammerbow? Has he? Oh no, Hammerbow still has to. Oh yeah, Hammerbow has retired from the race. So Hammerbow, Matheson, and Wozdetsky have all retired. A bit of a mistake there. Yeah. Mistake there from Malili. Looks like he's still got a bit of damage on his car from earlier on. I think it was maybe a bit of contact with the wall, but He was able to successfully defend into the final corner, but pulls towards the inside, coming up towards turn 1. And Martin going to try it around the outside here. Milili is going to have to give him the room. I think was a bit too kind there. Left him way too much room on the outside, and he's lost a position. Looks like that's Novak coming out ahead of these two, but he's pulled to one side to let them through. But Martin with an overtake around the outside. That was lovely to see.
Yeah, lovely move, and not an easy place to do it, of course, into turn 1. But not really any defensive action from Milili there. But Milili's trying to look up if he can pass Martin here.
Yeah, Milili just gave him too much room, I think. Was a bit too kind into turn 1. Definitely could have squeezed Martin a bit more to defend that position into turn 1. But now Milili looking to, like you said, get back this position. And the pressure is all over Martin now, so the roles have reversed between these two. Magni and Shen now batting for position as well. We'll quickly bring that up in just a moment. Let's bring that up now. Where's that battle going on? So that's... Oh, this is quite a battle actually. Looks like we've got some traffic involved in this too. So we've got the leader coming through. We've got Mitchell... back marker in front of these two, should be letting them through at this point, but surprisingly isn't. So Mitchell's going to hold all of them up here. Not really great from Mitchell there, but he should have let them through at this point, but he's going to continue. Maybe he doesn't feel they're close enough, but they definitely are here. And side by side here from Magni and Shen. Adam, well, 42 seconds to Martin. He's got nothing to worry about here. I think he's just going to take it easy at this point.
The only thing he needs to worry about is the wall.
Yeah, exactly. He just needs to worry about keeping the car in one piece. And he doesn't need to push it whatsoever. But he has to be careful with the lift-off oversteer coming through these fast corners. If he's lifting as he's going through them, because of the slower cars ahead, he's going to get that rear out and make the car a bit unstable. So he's going to have to keep a bit of power on, a bit of throttle going through some of these corners, just to keep the balance of the car and keep it pointing in the right direction. But yeah, Mitchell is probably going to have to move out the way now, which he still hasn't done, surprisingly.
And Shen letting Adam pass. Of course, he has to, and probably would be better off doing it on the straight and not on the exit of the corner before the straight. But look how much time Shen has lost here.
Yeah, in fact, Milini's lost a bit of time to Martin as well, at 2 seconds to Martin. So Milini's just not able to keep up in the second stint with Martin in P2 now. But yeah, Shen's lost loads of time to Magni. Hackinson's lost loads of time to these two as well. Breen in P14 at the moment after starting from the pits, but with not pressing with, well, the car not being dropped off the tracks in time, so he had to start from the pit lane. And yeah, he's up into P14 now, so good result from him so far. Barth in P5 though, what a race from him. Van Hoorn in P7 as well, so a good result from Van Hoorn. Started P18, 11 positions gained so far. The same for Shen, 11 positions gained so far, so that's great driving from the two of them. And all in the background, that's Demarchi tagging the wall slightly. Demarchi down into P8 now.
Oh, he lost a lot of positions there then.
Yeah, loads of positions in this second stint. He's not been enjoying this as much as he was in the first, I don't think.
But mistakes are, of course, easily made on this track. And mistakes will be punished here by the walls.
Yeah, we've got.
So maybe he's taking the easy.
We've got Domta saying that's a nice Pennzoil livery. It should be on an R35. We've got Alex showing his support for Ramshield, I believe, as well. Jenkins closing up to Breen though. Let's have a quick look at this battle now. Breen in the mountain section, going down the mountain now, down towards Forest Elbow. Here we go. Like I said earlier, very tricky braking zone, but Breen going slightly defensive there into the braking zone. Jenkins putting on the pressure now. Looks like he's got a better exit going onto the Conrod straight. He's going to have the slipstream too. Breen pulling towards the middle of the track. Well, he's given Jenkins a bit of an option here. Does he go left? Does he go right? And at the moment, there's not enough space, I think, for Jenkins to go for a move here. But into the braking zone, into the chase, he might have a chance here. Is he going to look for it? No, he's not. He's going to sit behind, wait patiently. So a good thinking there from Jenkins. But Malili losing lots of time to Martins. That battle, well, I would say it's over, but because it's Bathurst, it's definitely not. So that can easily change. Demachi, though, catching up to Van Hoorn. The gap now 1.3 seconds separating the two of them. Demachi, even though he's made quite a few mistakes, looks like, who's that off the track? Oh, it's Hackinson, who's actually going to lose positions to both these two. So Hackinson with a mistake out of turn one is, I think he's maybe picked up some more damage as a result there. Not going to help him whatsoever through this mountain section, but Breen going to fend off Jenkins still. Jenkins with that funky livery of his, that green and pink. And I think we said earlier, it reminds us of Boothby's livery last season, actually. In that, in the Honda, he had green, pink. Did he have brown in it as well? Not sure what he had.
Green, pink, brown, and yellow, I think it was.
Was it actually? Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, and Breen running almost the same livery as Tobin from yesterday's race. And in the wall goes Jenkins.
Kept it going though.
Yeah.
The beauty of sim racing.
What a save. But yeah, it's a good save of the wall. And because the wall put him back in the right spot, but not really much time lost there for Jenkins. And
Jeremy Bottom. Yeah, in the Jeremy. Oh, I should just say the first name. It's probably easier. But saying all the homies love Ramshield, so Ramshield got a lot of support here. For those that are supporting Ramshield, make sure to vote Driver of the Day for him as well. Vote for your favourite driver. There is a link pinned in the chat too. We also get an interview with the Driver of the Day at the end of the race. So if you want your friend or whoever you're supporting to friend, family, whoever, to get the Driver of the Day and get an interview at the end as well, be sure to vote for them. Voting will close at the end of the race, and Jenkins looking for a move down the inside into turn one, pulls to the inside, pulls back towards the outside, forces Breen to go defensive. That allows Jenkins to get a good exit onto the AstroTurf, onto the grass actually. Breen not leaving him much room on the exit, but he's entitled to do so. He has the line going into turn one, and it was his corner, but Jenkins trying something, he's trying everything now to get past Breen, but Breen doing a good job at fending him off. And well, Jenkins going to have to find another corner, or maybe try that same move into turn one the next lap here. Looking for another move down the inside here into turn three. Can't do it just yet. Very tricky place to go for an overtake is turn three. But Jenkins is trying it, keeping the pressure on Breen here. And Breen, well, he's going to be sweating now. He's got Jenkins glued to that rear bumper. Look how close they are, almost touching here as they go into the mountain section, into sector 2 now. And down towards
really
Skyline.
It's really sketchy to see how close these drivers are following each other, but still no way to pass from for Jenkins here.
No,
maybe he will focus on the exit here to go onto the chase. But I think.
Oh, he's made a mistake again! Oh no! Looks like he locked up, but somehow he always keeps it pointing in the right direction. A bit of a wall ride there.
Yeah, we saw it in NASCAR.
Yeah, we did
a couple of months ago. But
I believe that's banned now, isn't it? Not allowed to do that anymore in NASCAR.
Now.
Yeah.
But Breen has now a little bit of breathing space, with 1.3 seconds behind him, man. And only 15 minutes to go of this race.
Yeah, not.
Chen is back in the pits.
Oh, Shen's in the pits, is he? I think that might be a drive-through penalty. Oh, surely can't get a drive-through on Bathurst. That's impossible. I think he's got some damage on. Oh, he's got some heavy damage. Does Shen? Not sure where he's picked that up, but that is some serious damage there for Shen. Let's have a look if we can see where he's picked that up. That must have been on the last lap, on the previous lap. I think he's lost it in... Oh, where has he lost it actually? Trying to find where he lost the car.
Ending it up the inside of Breen here. On the exit of the straight, Breen on the outside. Now back on the inside for the next corner. And he leaves Jenkins fast.
Yeah, so
probably
yeah,
feeling that he's not needing to battle him.
Yeah, wasn't able to hold on for long enough was Breen. But yeah, I mean, I was gonna say drive-through on a drive-through on Bathurst is quite difficult to achieve. But here we go. Shen, go through Skyline now, down towards the Dipper, I think it is. I'll just call it the Dipper for now. And then down towards Forest Elbow. This is where we've seen so many drivers make mistakes. It's such an easy corner to lock up on. And oh, big lock up there from Shen into the barriers. And then into the barriers once again. That's where he picked up all the damage. And oh, look at that car. In bad shape. But he's back out of the pits now. And he would have repaired all of that. So he should be running okay now. But Novak ahead of Hackinson in P15 now. Novak's got another 5 seconds to your bad boy, and in 12 minutes, definitely possible to make up that time. Novak, of course, pitted early due to damage, lost the car into turn 3 earlier on.
Yeah, but strange to see from Shen with that mistake. But I believe that's the same corner where he flipped it in the quali.
Yeah.
No acrobatic this time, but the march is going down the hill, chasing down Van Hoorn. Look how much elevation there is going down the hill again. And we have a good look at that aftermarket from Acceleration and a little bit of understeer there from Demarchi. Going on to the chase. The gap is 1 second. Maybe just enough to catch a little bit of slipstream. But I think the Aston Martin is a bit quicker here on the straights.
Jeremy saying, wait, this is a game? I thought this was the real thing. As real as it looks, it is a sim. And
yeah, and Marchi catching up. Like 3/10 in the last 2 corners.
Yeah, it's really Van Hoorn in now.
I think Van Hoorn needs to look in his rearview mirror here. The Marchi is flashing his lights. He's not a back marker. Just go racing.
Was he flashing his lights?
Yeah, he was flashing his lights.
Oh god, I didn't see that. I was looking at the comments as well. He's still reeling in Van Hoorn. He's got a bit of a slipstream here coming up towards turn 3 now, but it's not going to be enough to go for a move down the inside. It's such an awkward corner, turn 3. If you're side by side there, almost 90% of the time it's going to result in contact. So you can just see how narrow this circuit is going into the mountain section. Mistake there from Demarchi, letting the brakes, missed the apex by a mile there. And that's given Van Hoorn a bit of breathing room here going up towards the mountain. A bit more confidence here, less pressure now, but he's still going to be looking at rear view mirror. Well, maybe not through the mountain section, but he's made a bit of a mistake there, so he might have been doing so, but he definitely doesn't want to in this mountain section. Full concentration is required here. And Demarchi now close right to the back of Van Hoorn. Demarchi actually using a bit more curb going down, going through Skyline as well. So that's enabled him to use more of the track, keep his line as straight as possible. Of course, that's what a racing line is. But this is going to be a good run here for Demarchi. He's got a good exit. He's got the slipstream as well. This is a long straight that's come on straight. You can see the elevation change that Cody mentioned earlier. Up and then back down as well.
While we're looking at this battle, I think Sean pitted again because he's now back on the back of Mitchell.
10 seconds back as well, yeah.
Maybe didn't put enough fuel in or something because not repaired all of his damage. So a bit unfortunate. Look at the closing speed Gianmaria has into the corners. Gap only 3/10 now. Van Hoorn running the curve a little bit, some sparks flying. Not the best exit of Van Hoorn. With Gianmaria tucking into the slipstream, 4/10 is the gap starting on the straight. What will it be on the end of the straight? It's 3 times now. I think
You're going to be roughly the same, I think. Yeah. Oh, but on the brakes there, Gianmaria closing up to Van Hoorn. This is where Gianmaria seems to close the gap. Here he made a mistake last time. Can he just keep it clean and try and focus on his lines here? Flashing lights once more. Not sure why Gianmaria is doing that. Could get a warning for flashing his lights too often here. Repeated flashing. That's don't take that out of context, guys. Repeated flashing isn't actually allowed. But Gianmaria keeping the pressure onto Van Hoorn. We're going to bring up a bit of a replay here on that move we saw that Martin did on Mullard earlier on in this race. There, Mullard made a bit of a mistake. Then coming up towards the final corner, they were side by side. Martin on the outside for the final corner, and focuses on the exit there. Opens up the corner for himself to get a run coming into turn 1. He set this one up well beforehand. You can see there Mullard pulling towards the middle of the track. And this is where Martin got the move done round the outside there. Mullard actually tagged a bit of the inside curb, so that didn't help him either. You could see his car had a bit of a wiggle on the exit, and well, Martin with a great move around the outside there of Mullard, and got the job done. Got a bit of a slipstream from Novak as well, so that would have helped him a slight bit too, to just secure that position. And there we go. That's obviously put Martin ahead, and ever since he's been able to pull a 4-second gap. But Gianmaria, the closest battle going on track at the moment, Van Hoorn, Gianmaria, these two extremely close. Van Hoorn not going to want to let this position up easily. Only 6.5 minutes left in this race to go. Looks like we've got yellow flags out on track. What's happened here? Where are the yellow flags? Shen's lost the car again. Oh no, not again through Skyline. This last section in the track. Oh, who's that round? It's Martin.
It's Martin.
Martin's lost the car as well. Oh, just as we got a replay of him, and he's struggling to get the car going here. There we go. Yellow flags out now. The marshals have learnt their lesson from last time.
They got the correct flag now. Maybe they put the other marshal there because they got the right one. But Martin having some heavy damage there.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Shen's, but what on earth happened? I think he just lost. Oh, I've seen what's happened. Oh God. I think Martin didn't expect. Oh, actually, no. What happened there? Oh no. Oh, that's such a shame there for Martin. Oh goodness, that is a huge shame for Martin. Let's bring up the replay here. So coming up towards Skyline, this corner is so tricky, but Shen on the inside here. Martin sees this, obviously yellow flags in beforehand being waved, and look at that, just the exit, the runoff, so bouncy. He loses the car. And that's it for Martin. Faced the wrong way, and Gianmaria with a huge mistake there, going into the chase.
Yeah,
had to cut across the grass.
And again, he spun.
Oh no! Did he tag the curb into the final corner?
I think so. He tagged it a little bit, but
oh no! Wait, is that?
To make sure.
Oh, he can't be reversing it. There we go. He's gonna have to. What's this? A 5-point turn he's had to do. Gianmaria. There we go. Back going now, but he's gonna lose a position here to Blanchett. Blanchett's gonna get past. Wow, Bathurst has had quite a lot of action here, a lot of drama in the race. But that's why this track is so brilliant. It tests the drivers to the absolute limit, and.
And that spin of Gianmaria reminded me of Sebastian Vettel, and I believe it was Hungary. Only Vettel pointing in the right direction. They're both not hitting the wall, not just scraping it, but Demarchi now at the back of Blanchette. It's only 3/10, and I think Van Hoorn will be happy with that because now he has a 20-second gap behind him. So
Oh no,
and even more.
Magni and Jenkins. Oh my god, it's all happening in the final few laps of this race. There looks to be suspension damage there. Oh my god, Jenkins is oh no, what's happened there? Is that Malili? Okay, I thought something happened there to Malili, but I think someone else is pulling into the pits as well. Yeah, Magni and Jenkins. Oh my god, what on earth has happened between those two as well? Let's have a look at what happened. I think Magni lost the car going up towards the chase, and it was just contact between the two. Yeah, it looks like it was. Oh no, it was a rejoin from Magni. Magni, oh god. That was absolutely horrible there. And they're both into the pits now. As a result, I think the stewards are going to be a bit busy towards, well, after the race, especially from a few incidents at the end here. But is that Blanchette now having to defend? A bit late on the brakes there from Blanchette. And Demarchi's going to do it around the outside there. Great move from Demarchi, getting that position back after that spin he had into the final corner. Well, actually, Demarchi lost it on his own, didn't he? So, I was going to say the stewards are going to be busy. They're probably not. I thought there was contact, but it wasn't. But, yeah, let's get a replay of what exactly happened here to Jenkins and Magni. So here we go. Magni on the grass, losing the car. Facing the wrong way here. Green flags for some reason still being waved by the marshal. Doesn't make any sense, but there we go. Oh my goodness, he tried to rejoin at the worst time possible. And, well, Jenkins pretty much still going at race speed as well. And this was almost a close call there for Malili as well. Look how close that was. That could have ended his race too. But, yeah, he just dodged out, threaded the needle between the two of them, and continued out. Yeah, Magni a bit, well, a lack of awareness there as well. And of course the Marshalls' lack of awareness too. I'm not sure what's going on there with the Marshalls. I'm not sure if it's something to do with the replay. Maybe there were yellow flags out on track. But usually, I think the replay does show yellow flags. Yeah, it does. It should do. Because it does show blue flags. I think that's possibly just an error with the game. And Bathurst, a bit of oversteer there for Blanchette, but it doesn't matter. Laces either coming through now. Adam, there will be one last lap after Adam crosses the line. So once he crosses the line, we will be on to the final lap. Yeah, unbelievable. Adam is just, I mean, similar performance. Well, I think this is even more of a dominant performance than what he had at Kota, which is round one. A few sparks flying now, as we can see.
Yeah, but what a performance. And also still a good performance from Malili in P2. And Jenkins still in the pits. Magni is already back out on track. But also Breen. And a lot of positions there. He's in P11 now. So a really good job of him.
Yeah, we've got Aphilas. I don't know if I said that correctly, but he's saying what's happening with Ramshield. He's gaining a lot of time on Barth. Dantas saying could be tyre wear. Definitely could be. Let's have a look at these two. Ramshield 2.3 seconds off of Barth now. We can compare their lap times actually, which we will do just now. So we can see here that last lap Ramshield was actually slower than Barth that last lap, but this lap he seems to be closing in ever so slightly. But you can see that 0.5 slower was Ramshield. But yeah, that gap is coming down now. So a good eye from the viewers there. And Ramshield is on a mission. He's carrying damage on the rear and on the front, actually, is Ramshield. But he had a great race last time out at Donington as well. He was involved in battles left, right and centre for pretty much the whole race. Throughout the whole race, he was getting some screen time. He's involved in battles And a bit of oversteer on the exit though. That's not going to give him, well, he's going to lose a bit of time that he gained on Barth here, but we'll see what their lap times are once they both cross the line here. Entering the final corner. Bit of oversteer once again from Ramshaw. That damage not playing in his favour whatsoever, but they cross the line here, and Barth still a 10th quicker that lap. So Ramshaw not really gaining too much on Barth. Bit of grass being picked up there as well. That's not going to help the tyres whatsoever. If that was real life, which is something I mentioned in I think a previous broadcast in one of our other championships. Drivers will be weaving to get that dirt off of their tyres, to clean the tyres as much as possible. And you can see the little black pieces of rubber on the exit of the track, so that's off the racing line. If you get onto those, that's pretty much going to hinder your performance out on track. It almost feels like you've got a puncture once you get onto those marbles, and of course the tyres, as they shred, they they drop rubber on the track. And that's
I don't want to interrupt, but Adam already finished.
Oh yes, he has. Adam crossing the and he's into the wall. But yeah, that drops. I mean, the rubber bead gets pushed to one side of the track, of course, as the drivers are on the racing line. But yeah, if you get onto that, it really does feel horrible, and it can even make you lose the car as well. But Adam P1, as we saw, thanks for interrupting me actually, and Malili crosses the line in P2, because I wouldn't have noticed that. I would have been continuously talking about the tyres. That went so quickly. Domenico's going to cross the line in P3, so great result for both these top three, Adam, Malili and Domenico. Martin is going to round the final corner and cross the line in P4. What could have been a better result there from him is going to, I believe he's going to return the car to the pits now. Barth is going to round the final corner now. P5, his best finish of the season, best finish of the championship, even while being ill. He's going to cross the line there, and P5, and looks like Shen has stopped on the track. There we go, to return the car to the pits. Hackinson, P13, is going to finish, and Novak P14 as well. But we'll be back in just a moment for some interviews, and we will reveal the driver of the day as well. So if you haven't voted, make sure to do that now. Alright, so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our driver of the day, Ramshield, they're taking driver of the day with 9 votes. Barth with 5, Martin with 2, Mitchell with 2, Breen with 2, and the rest with 1. But Ramshield with a lot of support in the comments today. We're taking driver of the day as well. Barth likewise, a lot of support. But yeah, Ramshield, we'll get him in for an interview too. Let's see the interviews we can get from the drivers. So, who can we get with an interview first? Oh, we've got quite a few in. Let's bring in... let's bring in Tuominen. Here we go. We've got Tuominen, P3. Great result from you this race on such a difficult circuit. It's so hard to overtake on in the mountain section as well. And well, there's a lot of chaos going on towards the end of the race throughout the midfield. A few drivers making lots of mistakes as well, and there's a big crash at the start too. A few drivers getting caught up in the mountain section with nowhere to go. I believe you avoided that, and well, got a podium, picked up some free positions, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, actually I was kind of hoping for the chaos to come around, so pick up the free positions. Yeah, but yeah, there was a couple of close ones on the top. I think 2 or 3 times there was a car right way, so like in front of me, behind the corner. So yeah, there was a couple of situations, of course.
Yeah, Skyline was quite difficult. You're currently sitting P9 in the championship. Podium's going to jump you up quite a few positions, especially with a few drivers not being able to attend. A few drivers actually going to Imola to watch the F1 race, which has been cancelled now due to the flooding. So we hope everyone there in Italy is doing okay. But yeah, you're going to jump up a few positions. You're actually tied with Hutchinson and P8 in the championship, both on 159 points. So top 5 in the championship's definitely on the cards for you.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I just done a 9-hour race in Imola, so
oh wow,
I'm kind of looking forward to it. So
yeah, and next round, oh, it is Imola as well. Brilliant. So oh, that's interesting timing. So we've got F1.
Yeah.
We've got F1 this. Well, we would have had F1 this weekend, which would have been Imola, but it's Imola next race as well. You've got plenty of practice with that. Oh, interesting though, the weather. I think it might be wet.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter for you. It's going to be quite warm though.
Yeah, I've done so much practice on there now, so it won't be an issue.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And we hope for another good result for you for next round then. Congrats.
For sure. Yeah, thank you.
So that was P3 there. That was Min. We've got let's move over actually. We've got P2 Malelian here, one of our stewards here as well at the SimZone. I think this will be our first time actually talking to you in person, but well, not in person, but virtually over voice. But congrats, P2. Good result from you there as well. That's good points for the championship. Currently sitting P4. You finished P4 round 1, P20 round 2, which will be a drop round, P4 round 3, and now P2 in round 4. So that's really good points. And with Ulrich retiring from the race, I think you might be ahead of him going into next round. So you might be sitting P3 in the championship.
Well, hopefully, I hope, because after Spa I have to recover some good points. So yeah, this is a good result, and hope to make other in the future.
Yeah, hopefully. How were the tires during the race?
The tires were quite good. I didn't have any graining, but the main problem was that I had 20-second damage on my car, but I didn't repair them, and maybe that's the reason I finished second at the end. But it was still driving quite good, so I could manage to do some good times even with damage, and well, tires were not the main problem.
Yeah, I mean, oh, it still says Valencia, whoops. But yeah, that damage, did you pick that up in with contact, or was it just with the wall?
No, with the wall, I lost the car under braking in the hill zone. Classic incident in Mount Panorama.
Ah, yeah, fair enough. But
Yeah.
you kept it pointing in the right direction, which is what matters, and it got you the podium finish. Of course, with a bit of with some of the leaders crashing on into the mountain section as well, gained you some positions too. But Imola next week. So coincidentally, how are you feeling going into next round?
Well, I really like Imola. I know the track very well. Now with the Ferrari, I can jump on the curves, so it's a good thing, and hope to do some good times and maybe gain some points next time. A lot of points.
Yeah, hopefully. It was lovely to see you on the podium. Lovely to hear from you as well. Congratulations on the result, and we will see you next round.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the commentary.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks. There we go. That was your man in P3. We'll bring in Tarek Adam, then we'll bring in Ramshield as well for the driver of the day. So here we go. We have got Tarek in. Another dominant performance from you. I think it would have been a bit more difficult with Wozdecki behind you, but there was a bit of an incident between them actually at the start. But yeah, I think that's the biggest lead we've ever had here at the SimZone. How are you feeling after that? It was pretty much an easy drive for you for the rest of the race, really.
Yeah, it was. It was quite fun. The start was interesting. He was behind me. I just saw the crash now on the replay, which was unfortunate. But yeah, it would have been a good race between us.
Yeah, it would have. And Wozdecki is pretty much your main competitor in this championship. I think that's going to be his drop around then for this championship. So it's not over yet. It's still going to have to be putting in those good results. And well, next round, Imola. How are you feeling going to next round?
Not too sure. I haven't driven the car yet, the new car at Imola yet, so I'm not sure about it. I don't think it's that great on the curbs, but it's decently fast, so it should be okay.
Yeah, I know the old Porsche was quite good in quali trim, but of course it got BOP'd in the race.
The car, I think the car is quite good in quali, but in race it's a bit inconsistent.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's probably going to be quite difficult to keep those Ferraris behind, but congrats on the result anyways. Extend your championship lead, and we will see you for the next round.
Cool, thanks.
Take care. There we go. That was Tarek Adam. We've got one more driver to interview. We have got Ramshield, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the Discord names are different, but driver of the day for you. We've had a lot of supporters there in the chat, a lot of friends watching, and of course you had a great race too. You had some damage towards the end, but even with that damage, you're still keeping up with Barth ahead of you, and you're actually catching up to him ever so slightly towards the end there. So maybe with a bit more time in the race, he probably could have caught him up.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, hitting the wall didn't help.
Oh, is that where you got the damage from?
Yeah, I hit the wall in the last turn down the hill.
Oh god, how many? Do you know how much damage it was in terms of seconds? Or
I got about 25 seconds.
Oof, that is, I mean, yeah.
Maybe second or third to last lap.
Yeah, and I mean, you had some great battles today as well. I had some great battles at Donington Park too. Currently sitting, where are you sitting in the championship? P19 in the championship, but I believe that's your highest finish so far. That should bump you up quite a few positions in this championship. A few drivers obviously not here today. So yeah, good points for that championship. Good points for the championship. And obviously you are one of the Hex drivers, I think, of Hex team. Yeah, so a lot of support there for you as well. We've got a few teammates in this championship too. Looking towards next round, Imola, how do you think you'll do?
Just gotta stay out of trouble.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, that was majority of what I think most drivers are trying to do this race. Bathurst's got so many walls into that mountain section. It'll probably be raining as well for next week as well. Are you confident in the rain, or You don't like it?
I feel good in the rain. I don't know if I like this car, but trying to get used to it.
All right. Have you driven any other cars since the 1.9 patch?
No, only this one.
Only the Porsche. Ah, so
Yeah, I feel like I did a lot better in the old Porsche.
yeah, it's quite a different car now, isn't it? It's quite different. Maybe change of car for next season then. Do you think? Or
Maybe we'll see. We'll see if they change this one.
yeah, but congrats.
Maybe I'll get used to it.
Yeah, maybe, who knows? But I mean, of course, the BOP is probably going to change by next season as well. So loads of different things will change then. But yeah, congrats on the result, and congrats on driver of the day as well. Still lots of support in the comments for you too. But yeah, we will see you for next round at Imola.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you to the viewers at home.
Yep, take care. So that will be it then, ladies and gents, for this round. We'll be live tomorrow for the Moser. It's Thursday tomorrow already. God, we'll be live tomorrow for the Moser Racing Championship. That is at Nürburgring, actually. So that's going to be quite a good race. It's actually going to be dry at Nürburgring. I think the last time we were at Nürburgring it was wet, so different conditions this time. So that should be quite a good race for us as well. But thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks Cody for joining me in the comms box as well, once again.
No worry.
And we will be live tomorrow. Good night.